Hello, welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 445. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam, and this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
How are we doing?
Good. Got a lot more shit to do today. How about you?
I think I'm in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shit to do, and it's 4:40.
Mm-hmm. And our babysitter leaves in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Okay, we're gonna do a quick one today then.
Yeah.
To get through this, because we got a long list of stuff that's not gonna get done.
Yep. Like usual.
I told you so.
We don't know. We still got time.
No. I know so.
We still got time.
Okay.
I like to be optimistic.
I don't.
You know, the glass is half full.
No, the glass is full of shit for us to do in 3 hours.
Anyways.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Tutor about.
What do you want to tutor about?
I don't know. I was just thinking about how so many people compare themselves to others.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got on it?
What do I got on it? I don't know. You got to determine your own level of success. You got to determine what you personally think is successful and how to get there. You have to have your vision board, a direction of where you're going to determine those successes as well. And it's good to think about that yourself and your spouse to think about that themselves and then compare to see where you want to go together. And it's just such an important thing to do because I think so many people see people like Andy Frisella, Rob Bailey, who else? Ed Milet.
Dude, let's name anyone.
Yeah.
Any big figure out there.
Right. So you see all these people and most of the time you see the things that they're doing, right? So Andy posts about his cars all the time and Rob posts about his trips all the time. So I'm sure people see that and they're just like, man, like I want to be there. I want to do that. But then you start thinking about it and it's just like, okay, but do I really want to own and run that big of a company? Do I really want that much weight and stress on my shoulders? Most likely, probably not. Yes, you do want some of the things that they have, but you could probably also do that on a smaller scale. Mm-hmm. Like, we've talked about it. Like, I feel like there's times where you kind of feel like it would be stressful to have a ton of cars.
Oh, dude, for sure. I've got like 4 personal I've got like 3 personal vehicles and then Sam, so 4 personal vehicles, and we got a few work vehicles. And like even that is like, God, dude, you got to upkeep them all. You got to make sure you're driving them every week. If you don't drive them every week, because I only can fit 2 in the garage, if you're not driving them every week, the brakes start to like warp, or not warp, but they rust and they like are shitty. Things just fucking break as they sit, dude. Like things just inevitably, I parked a car. It had 70,000 miles on it. This was back in 2016. I was driving this car, a little Ford Escort, and it had 70,000 miles on it. Bought it when it had 25,000. And I parked it for the winter because I bought a new car. Mm-hmm. I bought a new car, so I parked it for the winter. I get in it 3 months later. I parked it in the snow. I get in it 3 months later. Start it up. Go to pull forward. The clutch is out. The clutch just went the fuck out. It just sat there. Get in it. Go to pull forward. Clutch is out. Shit that sits idly just breaks down. Mm-hmm. Now, if it's in a garage, it doesn't break down as fast. But like I got a friend, Bernie, and he built this car. And he like redid the whole car. And I was like, oh man, how much do you love cruising it? He's like, I don't cruise it. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I've never put gas through it. I was like, what? He's like, there's no oil in it. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I never put any fluids in this car. I just built it and it sits. And I was like, why? He's like, 'cause as soon as you do, shit starts rotting. And I was like, oh, very interesting. He's like, yeah, so that thing just sits there. And I was like, dang. Because, yeah, it's true. As soon as you fill it full of fluids, you got to run it. You got to do something with it.
So, yeah. So, sure, it would be so cool to have Andy Frisella's garage and all of his cars. But also, do you want that stress?
Oh, dude. I listened to Wes Watson talk about it. He's like, I wake up every morning pissed off. And he's like, why am I pissed off? How the fuck am I going to choose between 8 cars to get? He's like, I got 8. He's like, I got 8 supercars. How the hell am I choosing which one to get in? And I was like, boy, that's some fucking problems right there.
So, yeah, that's like something now you've thought about. And you're like, I don't want that many cars.
I don't know. I will probably not have that many. Yeah, I won't have that. But they come with it. Like, it's tough because you have to pay insurances on them all. You got to pay upkeep on them all. You got to drive them. And a lot of times, like at least for where I'm at currently, I tend to bring shit with me to work and stuff.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, Andy has his wallet, gun, and
right.
That's it.
Right. And so, like, if I reach a different point in business, maybe... So this could all change, right? But, like, I just kind of decide I don't want to keep acquiring cars until some things change. If I would be willing to acquire, like, one more, maybe. But the thing with it is like, I would want a big garage that I can park them all in. And then I'd have to reach a different point in business where I don't have to bring stuff with me.
So then, would you say, like, you want that level of success that Andy Frisella has?
Oh, my God. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
There we are.
Oh, dude, it's too... It's... No. This is what people don't understand. When you look at somebody's life... And you go, man, they're at this. They're like, man, they have this. Look at their life. Look at what they do. Like, I wish I was them. I wish I had what they had. Okay, well, do you want the headaches they have? Do you want the relationship with their spouse they have? Do you want the relationships with the kids with their kids they have? Do you want their life where you didn't see, but for 15 years they worked 14-hour days? You know what I'm saying? Do you want their life when they've missed countless of their kids' sporting events or whatever, right? Like what I've noticed with a lot of parents is they're like, whatever, as long as I make it to my kids' sporting events or all my kids, it's like, okay, sure, cool. But like, there's times to sacrifice that. And like, my parents didn't come to all my sporting things and I didn't care.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, why the hell would you drive 4.5 hours to watch me play a game? That's pretty stupid.
Yep.
I'm like, just stay home, dude. I'll see you at the next one.
Yep.
So I don't know. That thing was, you know, some parents are really big on that, and that's cool. That's their thing, right? That's their thing. But you got to look at, like, you can't just look at someone and compare yourself to them and go, man, I want that life, without taking the whole life, without taking everything into account, right? Because Andy doesn't get where Andy gets by, like, hanging out with the boys and drink, you know, like, just like by chilling and going to the bar all the time. Like, he works nonstop. Every day he's working. I think he said he's done like one vacation in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta, when you look at that, you gotta take everything with it. You can't, you know. And I think that's a big issue with comparison.
One of those influencers said it the best way. Because he's like very successful at the age of like 24 or 25. And someone said, or he got really successful at 24. I think he's like 28 now. And someone's just like, I wish I was where you were. And he's just like, okay. But in order to get here, he's like, I had to overcome a drug addiction. Like,
Oh, yeah.
my, like, mom died. My brother died. Like, he had to, like, overcome all of these huge obstacles to get to where he is. And he's like, so do you wish, like, to have all those? And they're just like, well, no, I just wish, like, I could be at the end. And he's just like, you don't get to be where I am without going through all this.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I've heard multiple people say stuff like that. Like they go like, they're like, oh, I wish I was where you are. And he goes, okay, well, this is what I've had to do. Would you trade places with me? And they're like, oh my God, no. And they're like, okay, then that's why you don't have what I have. And I've said that to dudes in my, like, in group chats. You know, they'd say some dumb shit like, you know, just the, like, something like, oh, yeah, okay, money bags or something like that. Or, oh, it was like, I was like, oh, I'm doing this today or whatever. And they're like, oh, it must be nice to fucking be able to do that during, like, the work day. And I was like, yeah, motherfuckers. I'm like, because I was doing this. What were you doing? And I, like, just laid out, like, the last 10 years of my life. I was like, you also could be doing this middle of the day while people work for you getting paid. Had you done this? And they're like, oh, easy, chill out. And it's like, nah, dude, like, come on now. Like, you sacrifice and then you get a reward. And then it's like, you get shit on because you got a reward, or people, like, compare themselves to you. Because I've had that a lot. Like, oh, Shaun, I wish I could be like you. This dude, biggest thing is lifting.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was in high school, I had some kids, like, who were like, oh, you know, there was a couple kids who, like, oh, Shaun, in 6 months I'll be as big as you. And I'm like, no, you won't. Do you know why? And they're like, what? Why? I was like, because for the last 4 years, I've been training an hour and a half every fucking day. Or, like, I've been training an hour and a half, 4 to 5 days a week. I eat like this, and I'm disciplined. I'm in here every fucking day. I said, you think in 6 months you're going to go from couch to bigger than me? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And no one ever did it. No one ever did it. Of course not. Because I'm like, you're comparing yourself, and they, like, legitimately believe themselves. They're like, oh, in 6 months I'll be bigger than Shaun. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Like,
you have to sacrifice to get it. You don't just get it because you fucking want to get it. Like,
and it took you 4 years, so you think you can do it in 6 months? Like, what makes you that much different?
oh, exactly. Besides, they were fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
So yeah, I just exactly that. Like, stop comparing yourself to others. Stop wanting what others have without realizing, like, what it took for the process to get there.
Right.
Sure, if you want what Andy Frisella has, then you better start reading up on where he started.
Right.
And you better do that path.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, everyone's path is different, but you got to understand, like, it's an anomaly. It's a it's a unicorn-esque thing of, like, you're gonna get some sort of lifestyle that someone else has without going through what they've had to go through, or some sort of, like, similar interesting path that you'd have to go through. And so with all that being said, is, like, I think it's bad to compare yourself to somebody on a different journey, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're on a different journey, so, like, you can't compare yourself to them because you're on a different journey. It's like, with Ryan, I've had friends, or, like, I've had so many people at Wisco-Ria, like, oh man, Ryan's got so many units. And I'm like, yes, but is your goal to have that many? Like, do you want to have that many units? Well, yeah. And I was like, well, do you want to have Ryan's life and stress? No. And I'm like, then you can't be upset that you don't have that many units. Like, what are we talking about?
And if you don't want the life and stress, then why do you want that many units?
That's exactly it. And I'm like, guys, you can't compare yourself to this dude because this dude has a different. It's like the psychology of money. He's got a different tolerance for like risk and stress than most of the people there do. And so it's like you can't compare that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and do that. So it's like you got to play your own game. Now, it's good to see. So like, I'll do it like this. Like Logan Rankin, I don't compare myself to Rankin because I have zero aspirations to be like Rankin. But I really like how Rankin operates his property management and like his systems and structures.
Yeah.
So like I'll look up to someone like that and be like, oh, I do not want his life. I'm not interested in that. But he's sharing his systems. I'll put that into my little operation and I'll go on my path. But that doesn't mean I'm comparing myself, going like, oh, man, that guy's got 5,000 units and he's 40 years old.
You're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Nah, dude, I'm just like, he's way smarter than me. Let me just grab a little bit of his gift and I'm going to just put it here.
We talked about that at the Haywood retreat because one of the people in our group was mentioning how he has to create all these SOPs and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, and he was a realtor. And I was like, you're not the first realtor. So there should be, I bet you, tons of free SOPs out there that you could probably find and take and change a little for like how you want to do things or whatever. But I was just like, there's definitely someone else that's done it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So yeah, even doing that, like if there's one part of someone's business that you like, what was it? Shamelessly steal?
Shamelessly steal.
Yeah. Obviously, like, as long as they're okay with it, don't just...
Right. Well, so many people sell the shit, you know.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah, so don't compare yourself to people with different different angles, and you don't compare yourself. You guys are on different journeys. Don't compare yourself to someone like that. The second thing I'll say is don't compare yourself to someone with like who's at a different different time in their journey, right? So like I guess an example of that would be I started in business 8 years ago. My brother started in business with me 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. For him to compare himself to me when I've got a 4-year head start is pretty foolish. Because I'm like, I've got 4 years on you, and I also went to like 4 years of school for business. So like, I have had 8 years more experience doing this than you. So don't expect, or like, don't compare yourself to me, because that would be really stupid.
Right.
You know, and it would be like me comparing myself to Jason Lund.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like he's been doing this I've been doing this field for 4 years, and he's been in this field for whatever, 12 years.
Right.
It's like, come on now. You know.
Or like, here's a good one for you. You like to smoke cigars, right?
Love it.
Think about like you comparing yourself to Norm.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
So Norm owns his own cigar shop.
Yeah.
And is like, loved cigars for a while.
Cigar connoisseur.
Yeah. So like you comparing yourself to him and being like, oh man, like he just knows so much more than me, and
oh yeah,
and get like upset about it would be dumb, because he has so many more years and he's immersed himself in it.
Yeah, he's completely in that world, environment, everything. Dude, Norm's a cool dude. I like him. I would call him a friend. I would love to like hang out, smoke cigars with him. I'm telling you right now, knowing Norm's life, I would not want to change with Norm. That motherfucker had to go through it to get where he's at now.
Yeah.
And now he's got an awesome life. And like, if you listen to his shit now, it's like, damn, this dude's got a real cool life.
There's quite a few people we know in like the real estate world that are very successful now. They had to go through bankruptcy to get there.
Dude, yeah.
And they had to crawl out of that hole to get back up.
Yep. Dude, there's so many people you listen to like that who've had to like hit rock bottom to spring back and like have this awesome life. And so if you look at it and you go, oh man, like you went on a 20-year journey, which halfway through you hit rock bottom and come back. And see, yeah, you can't like compare and go, man, I wish I had what you had. And yeah, without being like, oh, wait, you're telling me in 5 years I got to lose everything to be where you're at? I'm a fucking hard pass that.
And here's a good thing for you to think about. If you ever think you're too late to start, the man who started KFC was 60 when he started KFC.
63, I think.
In his 60s.
Yeah. It's not that it's ever too late to start, because it's not. But I've talked to so many people about this, but as of recently, Chris Hake, I talked to him about this, and how old is he? Is he like 60? He's not 60. 55? Whatever. Let's say he's 55. Somewhere between 50 to 60. Let's go with that. Anyways, he said he is now pivoted big time on his risk, because he's like, I know I can bounce. He's like, I knew I could bounce back at 30 easy. Mm-hmm. I knew at 40 I could bounce back. It would be a little more difficult. He's like, now at his age, whatever, 55, he's like, it's going to be harder for me to bounce back, and I'm not willing to work as hard now as I was in my 30s and 40s.
Right.
So, like, there is a thing of tapering and being a little more responsible as you age.
Yeah.
Because you might not want to be full throttle down until the day you die.
Yeah.
Because if you are with huge risks, there's a good chance you're going to be old, 70, you're going to fuck up, and you ain't coming back.
No.
Or you might come back, but you're not coming back like you were 5 years ago.
Right.
You know? So then the next thing I would say is it is good to compare yourself to others. Here's what I mean. Let's say you're in jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. And you look at yourself compared to like other people in like the same time horizon and that you're competing against, right? It's good to look and see their skill level. Because here's a couple of things. Like if you're competing, it's good to know. It's good to compare yourself to others to see like how how you might fare up, and then go compete. And that's competing's a thing of comparison. That's all good. But what's really good is like I was talking to Catlin about this here a few weeks ago. I only train 2 days a week, and starting next week I'll be training like I'm going to try to do 3 days a week more often than not for the winter. But like Catlin said, he's like, you can't expect to be as good as like, because I've been doing it for like 3 years, 4, whatever. He's like, you can't expect to be as good as another guy with, that amount of years who's been training 4 to 5 days a week.
Right.
And those guys would be blue belts, because they'd have been promoted by now. And it's so true. It's like, it's good to compare yourself to others to see like your skill sets based on how long you've been doing something and what you're doing. But
when you think about the total hours you've put in,
right,
you're on different levels.
Right, exactly. But it's good to compare to see like, and it's good to compare based on like, one, if you're competing in shit, it's good to compare because especially in like something physical, you got to compare, like powerlifting, weightlifting. You have to compare yourself because it's numbers. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. And it's good to compare yourself like to people in the same field as you. So it's good for me to compare like our operating systems to another flipping company.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, they flip, we flip, it's good to compare, of like what we're doing and shit like that. But if their goal, like I was just talking to my friend Ben yesterday, and I was like, well, dog, what do you got to make on this, right? And he's like, it's about volume for us, dude. He's like, get me my portion, I'm good. He's like, I'm about volume. So if you're like my friend Ben and your goal is volume, well, I'm pretty different because our goal isn't volume.
Right.
Our goal is like quality and I don't know, like quality and I guess like the quality and the spread on the deal or whatever, right? Like that's where I look. I'm not looking at like volume and how many of these things can I turn. I'm like, I want good quality work and good quality products that are going to produce a big spread so we don't have to do as many of them.
Right.
So it's like we're completely different in how we, whatever. And so it's good to compare, like maybe we compare our marketing or something, right? Like we can compare that, or like we can compare how like I flip to he flips or whatever, right? Like we can compare those things. But then I can't like compare my business to his business when our businesses are on two complete different trajectories.
Right.
Because he's showing he does this much in revenue, but then his profit margin is like this, right?
Right.
Where ours is like so different. Like we don't do near as much in revenue, but our profit margin might be kind of like not maybe closer to similar because we're doing different types of deals. We got a different profit margin spread.
Yeah.
So anyways, what do you got final to wrap up for us? We got a kiddo that's got to go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just determine what level of success you want in your life and really break it down in all facets of it. And then I'd say find some people to like look up to or shamelessly steal from them to help get you to where you want to go.
100%.
And yeah, like I keep your ego at the door. Don't bring your ego in to
So
when
many
you
people do that.
I know when you want to compare yourself to others. It's good to be humble, especially in business, I would say, business and life. And really just try to learn.
I was wondering when she would notice. That's funny.
Yep. But yeah, just try to learn what you can from who you can.
Right. I think so. And, a good thing to do is like I take from people. I take different aspects from people. And I'm like, and I ask myself, like, what would this person do based on like that aspect? So there's some people I look up to for like business stuff.
Yeah.
And there's some I look up to for like family stuff, right? And you can kind of take and choose a little bit from people and go like, I like this quality these people have. I like this quality these people have. And I bring them together and I go, well, I love how much time this dude spends with his family, but he doesn't have a business and I do. So if I want to have a business, I got to understand this is going to suffer a little bit. I can't be on the same exact path as him if I'm not willing to, like you said, have everything else he has.
Right.
And so you can take some good quality, take good qualities from like mentors of yours, and you can have mentors in all different facets of your life.
Like one good thing, like one very good example is Rob Bailey recently. Has quite a few like vehicles.
Sure.
And he recently like showed his warehouse with all of his vehicles, and he was just like, yeah, I don't drive this, we're selling this, blah blah blah. And I'm guessing it's because he thought like, well, now I have money, I can buy all these vehicles I want.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, actually that isn't as cool.
Well, and he's like, well, you know what, turns out I just work.
Yep.
He's like, I got all this shit, I do all this stuff. He's like, turns out I just work. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think about that a lot.
So I mean, like that's like something that's very interesting. You have Rob Bailey, who's successful, Andy Frisella, that's successful.
Yeah.
And like you can see right there with like vehicles, with cars, they both have a passion for cars. But Rob was just like, I know what I like and what I like to drive, and he wants to just stick with that. And Andy's like, I want all the sports cars.
Yep. But Rob's got 20 hobbies and Andy's got 2.
Yeah. That's
Working
awesome.
cars.
Yep.
So, yeah, you just got to pick what kind of life you want, so.
Pretty much.
And then, be careful how you compare yourself to others. Comparison can be really good. It's a really good tool. I utilize it in certain things, but I know not to utilize it in a lot. And so...
And try to also, like, especially if you're able to, like, meet people one-on-one, try to hear what lessons they've heard throughout, or what lessons they've learned throughout their lives.
Oh, dude.
So then you don't have to.
100%. Speed up your level of learning by meeting and learning from people. You got to learn how to learn from people so that you don't have to get kicked in the dick every time.
Yep. Cool. Well, that's
All
what
right,
I got.
gang. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.
See ya.